Hello everybody, I am Serta and welcome back to StarRupture. In the previous episode we got a really good start, everything is going well, we are leveling up, we're getting all the researches done, there are a few new machines coming up and those machines we'll find in the corporate terminal. We can go there, the LEM station is coming, the furnace is coming which requires new recipes, the equipment upgrade station is coming, that means we can get better weapons. And we're busy working on the infiltrator LEM and the multi-rails. Ideally, I'd like to get to the better belts. These transport 240 items per minute. Those will definitely be useful. And we're going to do combat because if we have a look in our skills tree over here, movement, yeah, that we'll get. We're going to run around a lot, so we'll build that up over time. Combat, we've got no experience. We've got 16. We haven't even reached level 3 yet. So we don't have space for one of those LEM chips. So, well, we have one for survival, which we will get to. Today, I would like to go and attack our first Geo Scanner, which is that dude over there. I would also like to go to a new location where we may get some blueprints. So that's the one up on the hill over on that side. Bear in mind, we're at the starting location, so this is where we are. So I'd like to get that one done. And we'll do some more exploring because this area over here behind that Geo Scanner is a very nice area to build a little intermediate factory. This one is doing everything that it needs to do at the moment. And eventually we will not really be using this anymore except for a couple of bits and pieces. I still want to put a couple of furnaces down here just to get a few things lined up. But ultimately this will be a location that will be dormant until we get a better way to transport items over a long distance, and we'll send those items to other factories that might need them. So we've got a lot to do today. Let's get stuck in. The sky is very bright. I'm going to make a move. We're going to head down to our little calcium base because there is a cave nearby that base, and I'd like to get into that cave after the rupture, go and see what we can find inside that. And then on the way, just collect some fruits and maybe sort out a meteor or two. These are pretty important. You do need a lot of the meteor hearts as you progress in the game. So yeah, pretty important to get these when you can. And that one is done. Right, this is our very, very small calcium base. And what I may do is extend this because we are going to do stuff here in this area. We do have some titanium, it's pretty far off, and we also have a bit of wolfram over on this side. It's also very far away, so not an ideal place to build a factory, but it is good for a starter calcium area. Now I wanted to do this here because I have bigger plans for the actual area with calcium, which is over to the east. If we have a look at the map, over on this side, and that's out over here, over where the Geo Scanner is. And maybe once I get some better weaponry, we can go to that point of interest over there where the helium base was. Hold on, let's see what it's called. It is called the Purple Haze Selenians Mining Base, because there are a few bodies that I can go and loot, and they will have good stuff on them, war bonds and LEMs. So yeah, it's good to clear those out, and we can also pick up some combat experience, because there will be a lot of enemies over there. But first, we need a few things. Anyway, we are about to finish Griffith's Blue, which will give us the upgrade station, and that is pretty cool. I've made a little mistake. The warning hasn't come through for the rupture yet, but I see that things are getting very close. So I just want to run over to this side. I want to pick up my war bonds and come back down to this side. So I'm up at the starter base. I have 204 war bonds. I'm going to grab them. All right, I have those. I'm going to run back down to the calcium base, because there is an underground cave right there, and we'll hop in that as soon as the rupture's happened and things have cooled down a little. Awesome, we have unlocked, I believe it's the equipment station, so I will just pop in here and build one. Right, so we can go down here, we can go to Griffith's Blue, we can claim the equipment upgrade station and build it. And there it is. So we'll pop that in, and let's go and have a look at what we want. Alright, so we have 2 weapon slots. Our first one, we have the pistol at the moment. We can change that if we like. But for now, we're not going to. We're going to go to our second weapon slot, and we're going to choose a weapon. Now, I'm pretty keen on getting the machine gun. That is 70. That'll be very useful. So 70 war bonds for that. We have a couple of hundred. I'd also like to unlock the Grim. That right now, the ammo is easier to get for that. So if we build a basic item printer, yeah, so right now we don't have access to that ammo, but we can see that the standard ammo, which is what the machine gun uses wolfram powder, and that needs the furnace, which we haven't quite got to unlocking yet. It's close, but the heavy ammo is pretty cheap because it uses titanium rods and basic building material. So this one is easier, but I prefer to start off in my second slot with the machine gun. Okay, because we also have a shotgun. I'm not into close-up combat, although it would be helpful, but this is a good all-rounder. So I'm going to get this one, and we're going to choose it. Now, once you've paid for the unlock, you don't have to pay again. If you want a weapon, then you just use basic building materials to build it. And then these weapons have modifications. So I'm going to hop in. I don't think I'm going to do anything except maybe the magazine. Increases magazine capacity, it makes it easier to deal with large groups of enemy. I quite like that one, so I'm going to do that. And then buy it. And then I'm going to confirm. Now we have a machine gun. We don't have the ammo for it yet, but we have it. But now if we go into this machine, the basic item printer, there's the standard ammo. We need the wolfram powder. How close are we to getting it? We are almost there with the Selenian Corporation that is moving along nicely. And then we'll build that furnace and we'll make that powder. Yeah, the sky is looking a bit angry. I'm going to run out. I want to take a chance. Let's have a look at the map. I'll go straight out this way. There is a body lying out there somewhere. And once you get fairly close to them, they're easy to spot. Some of them are quite well hidden, but they'll have little yellow floating jellyfish over them. And this guy is close by. He should be right in front of me somewhere. Where are you, dude? Ah, right there. And from these guys, we get war bonds, we get ammo. Oh, look, I got standard ammo. And I got some hydrolyte, which is a better source of hydration. So, yeah, we're going to take all of that. And then we can head back, because I think that rupture is coming soon. And just for fun, I'm going to build onto this facility a little bit. We do have enough coming in that we can support 3 smelters here. So why not? And we'll plug this slot in. I'm not going to give this one a storage. We have enough. We don't really need that much of this stuff in storage. We'll set this recipe to calcium block and we'll let it do its thing. But, you know, right now I don't think we really need it. That's going to be useful for another item that we're going to add into the mix once we have the furnace. Anyway, we're still not rupturing, and I see some rarish plants, so I'm going to go and pick them up. Oh, and we can actually load our weapon, because we did pick up a little bit of standard ammo, just in case we run into any nasties. Well, there's our first wave warning. So I'm going to run straight back and get some safety. Now, the reason that I want to be here, not because I'm going to that location, but if we look at the map, right behind us, we have a cave. And inside that cave is a dead body because it's not on the surface. And we can pick up a couple of new resources in that cave. I'll also have a look at what we need for... Okay, so the level 5 only needs... I can use titanium sheets again. I'll have to go up and set that up. But that'll give us war bonds. It'll get us closer to the defense turret. Now that's going to become very important when we go out and find other places that have large amounts of enemies. Anyway, the wave is coming in now, so we'll take a bit of a moment to watch it. It's always amazing to watch this. And it's over. Now we just have to wait for things to cool down before we go outside. I did unlock something else. What did we get? Ah, we got the furnace. Awesome, we're going to claim that immediately. And the next one will give us the minor allium, which is not really that useful, but it gets us closer to the helium extractors. Anyway, we now just have to wait for things to cool down slightly before we can go out. That does look pretty outstanding. Man, the graphics, the visuals in this game are very, very good. Sound design's good. Everything about this game is really nice. Obviously, it's early access, so there are some issues, but not that many. Anyway, so we are returning to normal, so we should be going outside. Just cool down the door. You don't have to do that. You can wait for it. But there we go. All right, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to run over this way, and we're going to look for this cave opening, which is right here. Climb down, and there we go. We've got some stuff. So these crystals are quartz, and they're going to be super important for you later in the game with the higher level building materials. They go a long way, but you still need quite a few of them. And then also in this cave, you will find if I can, some plants that look like they are not... Oh, there we go. The glow cap. And we only got like 2 glow caps out of this cave. Not very much. There are better caves than this. Anyway, we're done here. So this has a little heart thing over here. If you do get stuck in here, after the planet is stabilized, you can just shoot that and it'll open up for you. Anyway, while it's still happening, we're going to head over there. We're going to find those 3 dead bodies. And along the way, we'll pick up some ignitium. Right, we're entering this area and there are bodies somewhere around. There is one very close by. Okay, I know where that one is, and it's not on the ground. So I realized that in my first video, I wasn't very clear about how to get into this building because I edited it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, go around the back, and there's a ramp going up this side. And from this area, you can climb all the way up to the top and then jump into the top. And there are holes in the floor that you can drop down, and we'll, in this first level, we'll find the blue chest, which is right there, and then you can drop down, put your torch on, and from the inside you can open the door and then you can go out. So the first body I'm going to go for is out in this direction. No, it's not. It's in this room, and I actually don't think I came into this room at all. So, ooh, nice stuff. Let's grab all of that. And there's a box here with some building material. Might as well. Right, then the next one is somewhere over this way. Might be in this building. And is... There it is. There's another LEM. Well, we'll grab all of that. And then the third one's a little bit trickier to get to. So what you need to do here is climb up to the top where we would enter the building and jump onto the roof of it. Now that body is over there. And what you'll need to do is make a jump and double jump and you land, and there it is. And this has got some decent goodies in it as well. Perfect. Now if we look at the map, those bodies are all gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore. If we want to get combat points, we can come back here. There's going to be swarms when this place comes back to life, when the planet is stable. So we don't need to be here anymore. We can head out because we have some machines to build at our starter base. Right, we have finished Future Health Solutions. There's the LEM station. We'll claim it. Then I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to go build that. So in the habitat section, there's the LEM station. And I'll just put it over here. Anyway, now we can actually install LEMs. So we have a slot for a green one. I'm going to head down and go and find the best green LEM that I have. We have the Lesser Life Giver that increases max health by 15. We've got the one that we're carrying that increases your max health by 25, which is better. And that is about it. So, okay, I know which one I'm installing then. So we shoot up to the LEM, go in here, grab this and drop it in. So now max health is increased. Then we can pop outside because I have new machines. And that means I need to extend lines. So I'm going to grab these junctions and pop them in like that. And then go and have a look at the new machine, and that is the furnace. So there's the furnace. Rotate it around. Now, I don't need a lot of these right now. We can pop that one in and build a rail, connect this rail into there, and then let's have a look at what recipes we've got. We've got the recipe for wolfram powder. So I'm going to choose that one, and it uses wolfram bars, which are actually not on this line. And what we need to do now, because the wolfram bars are coming down this line with the smelters, we need to bring those through and add them into a line over here. So I'm going to just remove this line, and then I'm going to put one of those connectors in over here, reconnect these things so they stop moaning at me. There we go. And now I can bring the ingots, or the bars, and add them into this line. And I'm going to change this as well because we're going further down the line, but for now it's okay. In fact, this is not okay because that's just going to feed them down that way. I need them to go that way in, so this is the wrong place for that junction. The junction needs to be over here, but I need to increase its height. So this is a neat trick that's not easy to find. First of all, I'm going to press build, and we haven't used this yet. Probably should have, but if you press C while you're building something, you get your drone. And we can get it up to level, and then we can press the middle mouse button and increase it a little more. Just like that. Okay, so now it's higher. That means that I can break this one down, and we can bring that rail over the top, and bring that in as a feeder line into this line, which will carry on down that way in case we need any more of the ingots. So here they come, and they will go into this machine and they'll make the wolfram powder. Perfect. And then to save some of that, because we're going to need a lot of it, I'm going to put a storage depot over here. And this time I'm not too worried about the size. We're not going to be going too much further out than this. I will put the storage in to line up and build that into there. And I'm also going to get a rail connector in. It's going to line up there and with an output over here. So we can grab our drone, make sure that this is lined up with that line and this line, and put it in over there. And then we'll build this rail to go to our delivery area or our launching area for when we need to send these materials up to space. So I'll pop this in there and fill in a couple of platform holes. We'll make this place look decent. So now we're making the copper powder. Now we could do more, but we don't really need to at this stage. Not in this location anyway. And we then have a look at what we are doing. So the first three we are not active on, and that one needs wolfram powder. That one needs titanium sheet, so that's no problem, and that needs titanium sheet. Alright, so I am going to cut off the line coming out of the storage box over here, because I want the things in storage, and I should set the storage to wolfram powder so that it actually puts it into storage. So the first one was the one that needed the wolfram powder. It also can take calcium powder. So that's a good thing to know. This one, the Selenium Corp, we're going to just send... we'll send the beams. We're making them, so let's send those. And then this one will be the titanium sheets. Awesome. So these are all active again. And I want to save up a few of the wolfram powder because I'm going to go into our basic crafting station right over here. And I'm going to change the recipe to standard ammo, which you can see uses wolfram and basic building material. And we're going to just do all of them. And if we have a look at our inventory, sort that out. There are probably a few things here that I could get rid of that I don't need to be carrying on me, like the war bonds and the ignitium. But I have almost 300 standard ammo. That's not bad. Then I'm going to go into the research station and we're going to look for the furnace and see if there are any recipes. Yes, there's the calcium powder recipe. So let's head down to our calcium area. And for that we need 600 calcium blocks. So I'm going to grab 600 calcium blocks. And that's why we have storages. And then head back to the research or the recipe station. Go to the furnace. Insert that. And now we can build a furnace over here to make us calcium powder. So just do the normal thing. Rail connector. This will loop around. Drop in a furnace over there. For now I'm just going to do the one. Set that to calcium powder, give it a little bit of storage, add a rail into the storage, set this to be calcium powder, and yeah, we just need to add a little bit more energy here. So a couple more of these solar generators. You can see we're getting close to an edge. Now these points of interest, you can't build in them, so you'll see a red border. Anyway, so that's where we are. Oh, hello, we don't have enough power. So a couple more then. And now everything's working again. And we are making the calcium powder. Oh, I heard creatures. Sweet. They are infecting my base. Oh, hello. I was wondering when the hordes would arrive. We're just going to get into some battle. Clean these guys out so they aren't damaging my equipment. As you can see, that one is damaged, but now that I've taken them out, it'll repair itself. And there we go. Okay, and those came from that side. Interesting. There was one more thing that I could make over here, and I think that's in a fabricator. So we're going to put a fabricator down over here. Go and set this recipe to calcite sheets. And I'm going to do 2 of these. For no real reason, I'm just doing 2 of them. And I'll pop down storages for them, so that we have lots of calcite sheets. And more power is needed again. So let me finish connecting all of these up, and make sure that the recipes are selected, and these are working. So all calcite sheets, and add some more solar panels. And just like that, everything is up and running again. Ah, I'm hearing creatures. Oh man, there's more coming. Where are they coming from? Oops. Yep. Those blue boys that blow up are not good for you. You get infected. Alright, I completely messed this section up. It needed to go further out. So let me fix that quickly. And with this, it is done. So everything here is going to start working again. And I still need to pop one of these in for the last smelter over here. So I'll do that. And then that can feed in as well. Oh, it's good. So we're making calcite sheets, we're making calcium powder, and we are still delivering to this contract, which is getting close to being finished. But I have a bit of ammo on me. Maybe not enough, but while things are going well, I'm going to head over this way and we're going to go to that Geo Scanner sitting on the hill. And on the way, I'll just pick up the goods. All right, I'm hearing creatures. Ah, there we go. Hi. Right, so we're at this Geo Scanner, and there's a body at the bottom. And grab the stuff off him. As soon as I hit the button to turn this on, all hell is going to break loose. There are going to be creatures spawning everywhere in about 3 waves. And I just need to see where they're going to come from first. There. And we're going to get into a big battle. Well, that wave was pretty small. Can't be all. You want to keep them away from the Geo Scanner, because if they infect it, they can stop the progress and you have to start over again. That's definitely not all, but I think the next wave is going to come from over on this side somewhere. There they are. And you want to stay away from the blue boys. Hit them first, because they do infection damage. And there's more of them. The nice thing is you can use them as grenades if they are surrounded by their own guys, because they do splash damage to the other insects. Anyway, well, that was pretty straightforward, so activate. And now if we look at the map, there's a big open area around where we are, and there are items here. There's a drone wreck just to the south, and that music is very scary when it's loud. And I can see that drone wreck sitting over there. Now, I'm wandering into an area that we are going to be using quite a bit. There's the drone, so we can grab that. That's going to give us 400 points, data points. Very nice. And we're expanding out a little. But yeah, there we go. Very easy. First one is straightforward. I feel like maybe in co-op they have more enemies, because that wasn't very many. I feel like I handled that far too easily. Anyway, we have another location, and that location is up on the hill. And we're going to go up there. If I have enough ammo, maybe I should head back and go and get some more first. Yeah, let me do that. And then we... Oh, friends. Gotcha. Okay, this guy's coming running at me. And he's toast. Some more creepers over there. Oh, awesome. Where are you coming from? Okay, you get different types. This is one type. They're very easy, quick one shot. Then you have those blue boys that give you infections. Then you have the slightly bigger ones with the red eye. They take a couple of shots. But then there are the really big boys called the Goliaths. And those are pretty difficult to take out, especially when you're on your own. Oh, we just finished Clever Robotics shipment. And we're not making either of these yet. We will sort that out. So let's head in here. We can claim those. Those are nice rails. We want the next one. So it's either titanium housing or heat resistant shield. Probably will be titanium housing. But I need more ammo, so I'm going to go and make a whole bunch. And if I sort, I have probably too much ammo. And I have some stuff that I can analyze. So that's going to give us 350 data points. That 400. Great. And I'm carrying a whole bunch of foodstuffs that I actually don't need. Although, that's pretty good. I can drop that off. I'll drop those. They're easy to come by. And I need to drop off a couple of things. So we'll drop those wolfram plates. Don't need them. I'm going to drop the wolfram powder. Don't need that. And I'm going to pick up some building material in case we decide to build where we're going. It's always good to have them in hand. I think maybe 2,000 will be fine. Cool. Let us go. We still have time. It's still pretty early. We are going to go up to that facility on the hill. Now, just a note, when you are running around, you'll find that you get tired, your stamina drops. If you want to save, slide, your stamina regens while you're moving. There you go. And also, if you press Alt, you can dash. That does use stamina though. Alright, so we're going to approach the facility from the western side. It's not great because we are on the low ground, but there isn't really an option. Oh, and there's some plants here. And we'll make sure that we pick them up. We will need them for research. Right, so let's hop up onto these rocks so that we've got a bit of a vantage point and see if we can attract some of these guys towards us. Yep, and they are running around. Oh, that's nice. I'll just take a few shots. Oh, very bad time to reload, but there we go. And don't forget to pick up the biofacts, because you get data points for those. So that is a few of them taken out. Yeah, we're going to get a few of them that are kind of standing around here. And we can take them out. But when you access new areas, especially areas that have the important stuff, they will add a few more to those. So you want to try to either run through and speed run the whole thing, or you're going to want to take some out so you don't get swarmed later on. Anyway, so up in this building, we have a orange box. We can grab the stuff. That's pretty nice stuff. And it didn't trigger anymore. Ah, it did. There we go. And it's very easy to get swarmed, so you gotta be careful. You have a shield, and the shield regenerates. There we go. Those are done. And when we go over to that side, it's gonna trigger more. So let's run over here. There are things underneath this platform. Not very much, although that's not too bad. Lots of basic building material in those. Right, and now we can start heading up the stairs. This will trigger more of them to appear. Okay, so we can't get in here, but we can see that there's a way around that side. And not to forget the rubble piles. Most of them don't have very much in them, but you never know, so you got to check them all. Like that. There's another 200 data points. Duck and walk into this room. There are a couple of things to pick up here. There's shotgun shells. And there's hydrolight. Good. Oh, and this light is on. So when you see a light on, it means there's something there. We grab that, whatever it was. And then we're going to go upstairs. Hop in here, and this is where things are going to start getting a bit funky. Guys are going to start appearing. And see, there's a body over there, and there's the blue box. And there are tablets. You can read those. There's a lot of story to this, but yeah, the guys have started spawning in now, so they're going to be on me in a moment. That wasn't a good place to get hit by him. Let's step out for a moment. Let that clear up. Ooh. Oh, and I just noticed there's something in that machine. Cool, it's cleared out, and make sure we pick up the bits. There's something in here. Nice. Something in here. More food. Very good. Oh, wait, I'm going to be filling up. But it shouldn't matter because there should be blueprints in here. And we have the stator blueprint. Super. We also have a security logger and war bonds. Now, we don't have space for all of that. So I'm going to eat some food, and yeah, the blueprints don't actually take up inventory space. We got all of that. So yeah, we have the stator blueprint with us at the moment. So now if we look at the map, there are a couple of bodies and there's a drone wreck. And there's another body over there. I don't have space for all of that. Right, the first body is underneath this platform. And it's got war bonds and some of this food. The next one is up in... Is it in that building? Did I miss it? Or is it underneath? Maybe underneath. Oh, there's something underneath. Yeah, I can stack that. Nah, I think it's in the building. Oh, weird. Oh, there it is. Alright, there's an LEM in here. Reduces double jump cost by 30%. There's some more stuff. I'm going to have to decide what I want to keep and what I don't. You know, I'm going to drop off my building material. I know it's bad, but I need the space. I don't really need anything else here at the moment. And if I sort... Now, I've only got 2 slots. Maybe that'll be enough. We'll take that. Serpent sticks. We've got another couple of LEMs, which actually aren't that useful. Anyway, let's go and see what the drone's got. Maybe we can drop some stuff over there. It's over on this side somewhere. Right, there it is. And we don't have one of those, so I can't stack it. Well, shotgun ammo is being dropped because I don't need it. And then there's just that one body down the hill. And that's on our way back, so we'll swing by and sort that out. And he should be right in front of us somewhere around here. No, there he is, hidden behind the rocks. And he's got an LEM as well. Stamina regen during slide by 35%. Actually, that's not a bad one. Don't need that. Don't really need that food, but I wouldn't want to leave it behind necessarily. I'm just trying to see what's least useful to me right now. Oh man, I had to drop some ammo because I don't want to miss out on picking up LEMs. I want to have the choice later on. Anyway, we are done over on this side. So we can head back and we can start focusing on building new items. Alright, we have our first wave warning. So I'm going to stay down here and I'll build an analysis station. Ooh. Oh no. No, I'm going to head up to my main base. I should have enough time to make it there. Yeah, I dropped all my building materials, so I couldn't build that analysis station. Anyway, we're back here without a problem. Everything is still working. It looks good. So let's hop into our analysis station. 500 points there. Oh, that was good. More. That was 1500. Gonna get rid of all of these parts, the slashes and all of that stuff. And there's another couple of hundred. And that. And of course, damaged logic board. There's another 400. Then I can go and drop off all the things I don't need. Wonder if I've got enough time to just quickly run out. Oh, this is going to be pushing it a little, I think. I think I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that would have been bad. I wouldn't have made it back. I wanted to get some building material. Oh, it's happening. I'm not going to watch it this time. I'm too busy doing stuff. The cool thing here is we actually have unlocked the first slots for movement and combat. So a red and a green. Go and see what we've got. Okay, max shield by 50. That's the supporters pack thing. Stamina regen by 20. Max stamina by 30. I think I'm going to do max stamina. And we'll go and plug those two in. Increase max stamina by 30. That's not bad. And then I'll put this one in. So I am stronger now. Yeah. And things have cooled down outside and everything's working again. I'll go get myself some building material. That's one thing. When you go out on quests to those points of interest, you are going to have a problem with storage. There's usually a lot of stuff at those locations. And sometimes you do need to take a lot of ammo with you, so that causes an issue. Anyway, another storage box. Super, I am back to normal. We have unlocked the Lesser Infiltrator LEM. That increases the fog of war uncovered by the player by 15%. Alright, well, thanks, but not really that interested in it. What I am interested in is the wind turbine. For that we need rotors. We have the blueprint, we did unlock it, and right now there are a few that we are not doing. So this one, for future health solutions, will give us these two, and they will lead us to the food station, which is pretty good. That needs wolfram powder. Then we have the Moon Energy Corp. That's the one that needs rotors. And Rail V2, that's the one that needs the titanium housing and heat resistant shield. Right. We have a blueprint, and it is this one for the stator. So we'll put that in, but we do need to build rotors now. Rotors are made in a fabricator, so let's go and pop a fabricator down. Make sure that our lines are right. Get the fabricator in and set the recipe. Oh dear, hang on. I can't seem to do that rotor thing, and I did definitely unlock it, right? Oh, I didn't. Well, there we go. Now it's unlocked. I could do this one as well, and I need like 100 and something of the titanium sheets to do the tubes. It's not asking for tubes yet, so I'm not worried about making them. But now we can go back here and go, right, we want you to make rotors. And this is going to be a neat trick, because this needs the wolfram wire. But because of my setup, I can loop the wolfram wire back, because it would be going that way. And I can bring this line into there. And that will feed wolfram wire from this furnace around and back into this line. And we'll connect that line and that line. And we should be receiving everything. And then just close the holes so I don't fall in them. How are we doing here? What's going on? Oh yeah, we're not connected here, are we? Yeah, that's correct. So we'll bring that belt into there. And why is this yellow? Output is full, but you're not sending... Oh, this is already full, but then now you are not sending. This should be coming back, going through here and going into this machine that is demanding it. Oh, it's wolfram wire. Gosh, what am I thinking? Wolfram wire is over here, and we haven't looped this back. Now that's the problem. So it wasn't the wolfram powder. Anyway, that should all start working now. We'll get that in a storage. And connect that up to there. Set this recipe to rotor, and now we are making rotors. Super. So, we'll start at the beginning. Future solutions. This one we're going to choose the wolfram wire. This one is still busy. These two are not going to be Clever Robotics because we don't have that yet. Moon Energy Corp, they need rotors. So we're going to choose the rotors here. And actually, I'm going to speed it up by doing both of them. So now the rotors are being transported in. Well, they will be when I've got this all set up. So plug that in over there. And now the rotors feed through. There they are. Excellent. And then I need to run down to this side because there's something that's needed down there as well. Before I go, let me make sure that it's not something that I need materials from here for. I think it might be. So Clever Robotics. Oh, that's right. It needs the heat-resistant shield or the titanium housing. A heat-resistant shield, I think, is already available in a furnace. Let's just pop a furnace down just for testing. Ah, there it is. We still have to unlock it. And that actually needs glass. So we're not going to be doing that one. The titanium housing, however, that just needs titanium beams and titanium sheets, which I am making over here. So once I've unlocked it in the recipe station for the furnace, there are quite a few here that I can already do, including ceramics. Yeah, maybe I can make ceramics up here as well. But let's focus. We'll do this one. I need 300 beams and 600 sheets. So there's the 300 beams, and this will be 400 sheets. Well, yep. And we'll come back for the other 200. And then we can start making those housings up here as well. So in the furnace section, insert those. We need 200 more, and then we'll be able to make the titanium housing. So there are quite a few recipes in the furnace. We don't have access to a lot of helium yet. That'll be coming soon. But we're getting to the point now that this base will not serve us anymore. Yeah, it's just, we're not going to be able to expand it. Well, we could. I mean, we could bring calcium over from that side into this, but it's not really worth it when we have an area like that over there. So that is where we're going to go and make another base. So while I'm waiting for those other sheets, I'm going to do the preparation over here. I'll build a storage and a rail connector, which will go. We'll lock this height in and head it over to there. No, wrong place. There. Just get rid of this one, and we'll just get everything plugged in. And we should have plates. Yes, we do. Those are the last 200 that we needed. Back in the recipe station, furnace, insert those. Our housings, titanium housings, are unlocked, and we've unlocked something. Make sure that we have this all connected as well, and that in, and then plug that in there. The recipe will be the titanium housing. This will be set to titanium housing, and this one over here for now, it's not really doing anything. I'm going to change this to Clever Robotics, and I'm going to put the housings into there. And there's something beeping. Yep, this was on its way here. So we'll just take that, and this should all start working again. And it looks like we have titanium housing coming across. Oh, no, that's not the titanium housing. There's the titanium housing. And that'll go across and into this machine. Done. Perfect. Let's go and see what we unlocked. So, Selenium Corporation. We got the Greater LEM. We'll claim that. Now we need tubes. Now we can still, I think we can do tubes here to unlock the next thing, which is the helium extractor. We're advancing pretty well. Let's go see what we need to unlock the tubes. We do have the blueprint for it. Alright, I was busy doing that, so I just need like 101 more of these. This is in the fabricator. Alright, let's go and get those extra sheets, and we might as well do those tubes up here as well, since we're here. And don't forget to take care of yourself, and run around and connect the plants. Oh, it looks like we are running a little low on titanium sheets. They are being used pretty quickly. It might be worth putting another setup in for it. So we'll extend this over, and I'm just going to feed this one straight into the same storage box, and then that should all be fine. Yeah, right now this belt is a little bit full because there's lots of demand. There's empty space in those machine storages, so they are taking it up. It'll clear itself up. It'll clear itself up shortly. But we can come over here and go, right, Selenium, you need the tubes. which is what I'm going to be making now. I'm going to go to the recipe station, unlock that under fabricator. Oh heck, I didn't pick up those sheets. And I have the sheets, I can insert them. There's the tubes. And go build myself another fabricator and go and check the recipe on that one. Tubes need titanium rods, titanium sheets. Good thing I built some more titanium sheet production. So we'll shove this in here. This is going to put a real strain on the system. I'm not producing enough at the smelters now. Right, everything is plugged into the system. This recipe is set. Tubes are set. We just got to make sure that everything is getting down here. So, well, that's through to there and that into there. And the feed is starting to come through for that. To make things a little easier, I'm going to connect this one over to here so these don't have to go all the way around like I've done with this one. They don't have to go all the way around there to come back down this line. They can take a shortcut and that will take a load off the other rails. Anyway, that's about everything that I can fairly easily put together here. And that means that I need to start looking at another location. I see the sky starting to get angry again, so we're getting a rupture soon. And I just need to make sure that the tubes are going to come through. Yep, there they go. Okay, so that's fine. That's all working. Before I do anything, I'm just going to make sure that there isn't anything that I can unlock. So I can get titanium housings into the intermediate building material. Then there's a couple more items. That is for the basic item printer. Fabricator. I'm going to need tubes and glass for this. I've got the tubes, don't have the glass yet. This one for the stator. I need the titanium housing and, well, I have both of those, so I could unlock this. Might as well insert the data, but this we're not going to be doing here. I don't think our system will handle this. Under the furnace, yep, we can do both of those. So let's do that and we'll be able to unlock ceramics. And there are still items that need wolfram plates and titanium sheets. We'll sort those out a little later. And there's some more wolfram plates. Now basically this is the recipe for that item. So like for super magnets will be sulfuric acid, chemicals, and wolfram plate. We don't know the quantities based on this as yet, not until we've researched it. But progress is being made. We're going to be having another rupture pretty soon. I am not going to venture out yet because I want to do some collecting. I want to make sure that these all back up and that the research is all being done. I'm going to grab what I need. For example, I know that I think I can use this wolfram plate for some of the recipes that I need to unlock. So I'm going to spend some time doing this. So like we know heat resistant shield is going to become important pretty soon because the contract's already asking for it. So I'll insert those. I think I'll be doing a lot more of that in between episodes. But if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Next episode, I will be doing a whole new facility in this area that will sort out a lot of our issues. It'll allow us to upscale this, but make new items that we aren't making here. And in between episodes, I'm going to let this lot back up a little bit, get these contracts finished. Grab all the materials that I need for unlocking other items. Like I know I need wolfram wire for something. Or was it the powder? I can't remember. I'll be putting all of those into the recipe stations. So, there we go. I needed 300 wolfram wire for the stator. I'll need to put in titanium housing that I'm making. I'm making rotors. I can easily get the titanium rods. So we'll be able to get closer to the stabilizer. Once we've found the stabilizer blueprint, I can get the tubes put in for the applicator. So everything that I can fill up, I will. It just means less work later on. But that's that. All the contracts are underway. Everything is going smoothly, although maybe a little bit slowly. But thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate the support, and until next time, cheers!